On Christmas Eve in Japan, the worst news to break out reached the ears of millions of Japanese people nationwide. One of the biggest home furnishing companies were recalling one of the most beloved bath mats all across Japan. 2.4 million units were being recalled because it was found to have asbestos in it. I'm sorry. Okay, I know it's serious. It is a very serious deal. It's not something to laugh at. Asbestos is extraordinarily dangerous, but for some reason I just kind of find it like funny. These bath mats have been around since 2016. So the story here, if you guys don't know, is, like I said, on December 24th, 2020, Nitori, one of the biggest Japanese home furnishing stores, recalled one of their most sold bath mats. I've probably talked about these bath mats sometime in my vlog. I think I might have mentioned it in a vlog where I was talking about, you know, the whole like moving thing. When I was moving, I bought one, not from Nitori. We actually almost bought one from Nitori, but we ended up buying one from Jusco. Nitori sold these bath mats, I think back in like, they've had them since 2016 apparently, but they're bath mats made of diatomaceous earth, and diatomaceous earth is a naturally occurring soft siliceous sedimentary rock and is known as its super high water absorbability. And it's amazing, especially in Okinawa. Regular bath mats, those cloth ones that you put on the floor, doesn't work because in Okinawa it gets so humid. As soon as water hits that cloth mat, it just starts to smell really bad because of just how humid it is. Like, I had bath mats in the States that would dry really fast, but here, you leave anything wet just sitting on the floor, it'll mold, it'll stink. So having this bath mat made of this diatomaceous earth was like a godsend, especially for people living in humid climates. I mean, when my mom bought that thing for the first time, and this typically happens when my mom buys stuff, I typically poo-poo it because she's like one of those shop channel QVC shoppers, and so she was like raving about this bath mat she got, and I finally came home and I got to try it for the first time. I'm like, oh my god, this thing is amazing. Like, literally, you step on it, the water just starts to absorb into the mat, and it is honestly one of the things that I was most excited about moving into my own place was getting one of those bath mats. But as we found out, it was found to have traces of asbestos in it. So what we ended up having to do was we ended up having to bag up the bath mat. Well, at least my mom's. I still have mine because I'm like, I bought mine from Jusco. It's fine. I'm sure it's not. It probably has asbestos in it. But until Jusco issues a recall, I'm keeping my bath mat. I love that thing. I mean, most places that did sell it have recalled it. Cainz, Nitori, so many other like companies that were selling these things are recalling it. But Jusco hasn't recalled it yet, so I'm still keeping mine. That's how much I love this thing. I love that bath mat so much that I would marry it. I would make love to that bath mat if I could. I would have asbestos bath mat babies. That's how much I love that thing. It is amazing. So how I found out about it was I was scrolling through my Twitter and I saw Chris Broad post something on Twitter talking about like how the bath mats now have asbestos in it, and I was like, no. Especially because how they were advertising these bath mats is if your bath mat starts to get worn or something at the top, all you would have to do is sand it down and then it would like have a new layer. Can you imagine all those people who actually sanded it down? It's just crazy to me to think that there were people out there who probably did sand this down and now have asbestos in their system. Like, it's scary. Even my mom's, she never sanded hers down, but my mom's bath mat, she's probably had hers from like 2017. I mean, it was really old and it was chipped in many places. So just think, like, my mom and my aunt probably have sniffed the asbestos. When I went to return the bath mats to Nitori, I thought that they were gonna like be completely, like the shelves were gonna be empty of these bath mats, but turns out they still had them in the store. So I don't know if like they quickly found a new manufacturer who wasn't putting asbestos in their bath mats. I don't know, but they still sell them. I think it was one specific manufacturer that was putting asbestos in this thing because the Jusco ones haven't been recalled, and it was such a big deal that it was all over the news. So if Jusco was going to recall those bath mats, I call it Jusco, sorry, I'm old school. If Aeon was going to recall their bath mats, it would have been then. So I'm hoping to God. I love my bath mat. I do not want to get rid of it. I mean, I will if I have to, but only if Aeon actually recalls it. I don't know if any of you guys have tried this, but this is a lotus root chip. Side note here. This thing I bought, I just took a shot at it, and it's so good. This one has a little bit of a karasiaji, which is like a kind of almost like a wasabi flavor to it. It's so good. Anyways, the video that Chris Broad made on it was really funny. He was pretty disappointed. I mean, we all were, honestly. In my friends group, I don't know a single person who doesn't have that bath mat. Like, my friend Kate had 3 of them. My little sister had 1. My mom had 1. I mean, they were taking the returns from 2016 to 2020. I mean, can you imagine? On Sora News 24, they're saying the chain is issuing a recall for several products all manufactured in China containing diatomaceous earth, which can be used to make a solid but porous material. That absorbent aspect makes it a useful component in some of Nitori's bath mats and coasters. But it turns out that when the items being recalled are torn, crushed, or otherwise pulverized, they release asbestos. That's insane. Hopefully Nitori will figure this stuff out, or whoever's manufacturing this thing. Hopefully they find a new manufacturer. Hopefully we can figure out a way to continue getting these bath mats to market, because honestly, I can't even explain to you guys how awesome this thing is. And once you start using this bath mat, you don't want to go back to using cloth mats. I can tell you that right now. I really don't want to go without this bath mat. I'm still like debating on it. Half my friends are like, Aeon hasn't recalled it, I think we're fine. It was only like a couple manufacturers that were doing this, but I feel like whether you're shopping at Cainz or Nitori, it doesn't matter, because I think most of them get their stuff from the same manufacturer anyways. Half of me is thinking the Aeon one is probably also from the same manufacturer, but like I said, it hasn't been recalled yet. I'm like trying to convince myself right now. I don't know, but so far it's still there. It's still being used. It's in my bathroom. Like I said, we almost got the one from Nitori, but we did end up getting the one from Aeon. Hopefully that one doesn't get recalled either. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace. Bye. Boop.